Borrowing money to family members and even friends is not a good idea in the long term, and it's really a trap because it can affect negatively the relationship with that family member, with that friend that you are borrowing the money to. And I learned that the hard way. I come from a family that is not wealthy at all, and a lot of people have a lot of situations, and well, sometimes you can call it bad luck, sometimes you can call it they don't know any better and they don't really do their best to get out of the poverty, and you try to help them, but at the same time you keep thinking about why they're always in the same situation throughout all these years, why some of us were able to step outside of that poverty and some others are still trapped in it. And I get it, some people get really bad situations in their lives. People die, people get sick, people get into really bad jobs and they get fired. And sometimes it's really bad decisions in life. But overall, my most recent experience has been with a cousin of mine that I would say I grew up with her, but I'm older than her. I took care of her when she was a baby, and I thought that we had a good relationship, and I consider her a very close family member. I did the mistake to tell her that I gave money away to one of our aunts because she was in a really bad situation, and I gave her some money and I told her, listen, this is for you to resolve this situation. You don't have to give it back to me. It's a gift for you. I did it because I knew she was not going to be able to pay me back. So I just gave her the money to help her, or I thought I was helping her and I forgot about it. I regret it because it was not helping her. Um, it was not a good decision that I regretted later, but whatever, I gave her the money. I never thought about it. I shared that with my cousin, and after that, she asked me for money. Her excuse was that she had to move outside of their parents' house because there was no space for her. Everyone had their own room, and they made her feel that she had to move out because she was living in another place. Then she returned back to that house. Now it's time for her to move out again. I felt sad for her because I knew that she was struggling and she needed some money to complete the down payment for this apartment that she was renting. Long story short, I gave her the money right away. She told me, don't worry, I will pay you back. I am very responsible. Don't worry. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Maybe it was not a lot of money for me, but back home where I come from, it is a lot of money. And I could easily forget about that. But the problem is that she hasn't paid me yet. She paid me like maybe 20%. She still owes me. She keeps saying that she's gonna pay me the rest. She told me last time she was going to pay me at the end of the year, and it's January, she hasn't paid me back yet. I told her, okay, on December, I told her, okay, don't worry, just pay me this amount of money, and the other one is just as a gift for you. Don't worry about the rest. Just pay me this amount of money, and that will be fine. I thought I was helping her, I thought I was going good with her, but she doesn't really care. You know why I know she doesn't really care? It's been over a year, and she's been going out like crazy throughout this year. She she even invited her family to a resort. And I was wondering, how come she has money to go to a resort? How come she has money to buy all these clothes, always have the latest technology? How she can handle it? Like how is that possible? You don't have money to pay me back, but you have money to do all these things. She's always outside. Guys, I don't go out, and I make a good amount of money, and I limit myself a lot. I only buy the things that I really need, and I don't go out to spend money if I don't have to. So this is one of the reasons why I think I'm able to save a pretty good amount of money, because I have discipline. And I taught myself to stop spending like crazy. She hasn't learned that lesson yet. She's in her mid-20s. I'm 33 years old. So I am one of her oldest cousins. And I felt so disrespected. Like, how can you do this to me? Like, right in my face, you owe me money, and you just go out and post your pictures that you are happy, enjoying your life, and then come back to me and tell me, oh my God, I'm sorry. I know I still have to pay you, but I don't have money. And I'm like, do you think I'm an idiot? Like, why are you doing this? At this point, I'm not waiting for that money to come back to me. But for sure, our relationship is not gonna be the same, because if she was capable to do this to me, then she's not someone that I can trust. I would never do this to anybody. I'm someone that is very responsible. And honestly, I have never asked for money to anyone. Thanks God, I've been always able to be organized enough to have my life together. And as you can see in other videos that I uploaded previously, I hate my job, and I'm still on this job to get my money and to do and pay whatever I have to do and whatever I have to pay. So people don't care. Sometimes you think because somebody is your family, they're gonna have some consideration for you. They don't care. They don't care. If I have to help my father and my sister, my mother passed away and I was helping her, I was helping them without any problems. I never borrowed money to them because I didn't. For me, it's something that is not. It doesn't work like that for me. Like, my parents are my parents. My sister is my sister. I give them money. I don't have a problem with that. For the past years, I've been more cautious on that, because when you give money away to people, it doesn't matter who they are always gonna take it, right? Everybody wants money. So at the end of the day, whatever they need, I'm always there to help them. But that is to my father and my sister at the moment. And even to my husband, I don't have problem with that. But I learned the hard way that my other relatives, they just want money, money, money from you. Especially because I don't live there. I live in another country, and they assume automatically that I am wealthy and that it doesn't matter to give away a few hundreds of dollars because you get paid in dollars, right? For them, it's like we are floating here around money. It's still like that mentality, and it's really sad because you can learn the hard way how your family can take advantage of you, and that is really sad. especially when you are someone that will never take advantage of them. So this is just my advice. Be very careful if you decide to give money away. Usually what I do is to, if somebody comes back to me and that person is close enough and I really want to help, if they say, for example, I need $200, I say, okay, here you have $50. You don't have to give it back to me. It's a gift. Go and find the rest somewhere else. And I forget about that, because if I wait for the money to come back to me, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Like it happened to me. I never imagined that she was going to be so irresponsible, especially because she's like a younger sister. You know, I saw her growing up and I always been good with her. But if you are not grateful with the hand that is feeding you, then that hand's not gonna feed you anymore. She has to grow up, and I'm not gonna help her anymore. That's my decision. I'm not gonna push her away, but I felt very disrespected and sad. Anyways, I decided I'm not even gonna talk to her about that. There was a point in which I was like, maybe I should talk to her and tell her how I feel, but she doesn't really care. Anyways, I just wanted to share my experience, and have a great day. Bye bye, guys.